Assalamu alaikum everyone, Ramzan Mubarak. So in today's video, I will be sharing 4 iftar recipes with you. I hope you like this video and would give this recipe a try in Ramzan. And let's get started with the first recipe. First, I will be making these aloo kabobs. For these, you're going to need some red potatoes. I took a pot and I put some water. I put about 8 to 9 potatoes in there and I'll be boiling them. After I boil them, I peel them and I will be smashing them with the help of a smasher. I used my hands too. And the next thing, you're going to need some soup noodles. I just boiled the noodles by itself in the water and I just put them directly in the potatoes. And then now I'm going to be using masala that comes with the noodles. I will be adding that in the potatoes with the noodles and then just give it a mix real fast. Next, I will be putting these green chilies in there, about 6 to 5, and some cilantro. And then I added about 2 teaspoons of CHAAT masala in there. You could be adding 1.5 teaspoon of salt and then 1.5 teaspoon of chili powder. Give it a real good mix. So I'm just going to be making these kebabs now. I just like making these long shape of the kebabs and we're just going to shallow fry them in the oil. And after they were shallow fried, this is how they look. They came out really good. When you add the noodles in there, it gives a really good crunchy taste to it. And you can enjoy these kebab with any kind of chutney or ketchup for your iftar. Well, I hope you like this aloo kebabs and let's move on to the next recipe. For the next recipe, we're going to be making these spring rolls. The things you're going to need are some carrots, spring onion, and a cabbage. So I just chopped everything up like that. And here I have some chicken, about 1 pound of chicken maybe. And I just put it in the water and I put some ginger garlic paste in there and boiling it. After it was boiled, I just shredded up with the fork. And now I'm just going to take a pan and put some oil in there. And we're going to saute our green onions in there. After our onions are sauteed, we're going to add our chicken in there and saute it with the onions. And then I'm going to be adding some black pepper, about 1.5 teaspoon of black pepper. And then I'm going to be adding 1.5 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to be adding all the vegetables. First, I added the cabbage. And then here I'm adding a little bit of the chicken stock we had from the boil of the chicken. It gave a really yummy taste to the spring rolls. It enhanced the flavor of the spring rolls. And after that, I added some carrots and giving a real good mix again. And then I'm adding some soy sauce. I added about 3 teaspoons of soy sauce in there. And this is how it's looking. It looks so yummy, really mouth-watering. And then I'm going to be adding 3 to 4 teaspoons of hot sauce. After that, I made these scrambled eggs, about 6 scrambled eggs on a different pan. I just added them lastly in the spring rolls and I mixed it up. And I took it out in a tray and I let it cool down. And after it cooled down, I'm going to be using these spring roll sheets and we're just going to start making our spring rolls. Here, you're just seeing me how to make spring rolls. I had my sister over with me, so she was helping me making this video and she helped me make all these spring rolls too. So after we made the spring rolls, I put them on this tray and I put some parchment paper under it and let them freeze. After they were frozen, I put them in a Ziploc bag and I just fried some to show you guys how they came out. And this is how they came out. And next we're going to be making some Nutella pastries. I need 2 things, some Nutella and puff pastry. All I did, I thawed the puff pastries and I'm just cutting them in squares like this. And I'm just going to add a little bit of Nutella on each part and we're just going to close it up just like that, and make sure you close it up real good because sometimes the Nutella comes out. And then I just took the fork and make this design with the fork. I learned this from my mom. It's pretty cool. She used to make these pastries all the time and this is what it looks like. I also made 2 stars and a crescent. So here they go in the oven. And this is what they came out after we baked them. They are really yummy, a really good treat for iftar. And for the last recipe, we're going to be making chicken pastries. The things you're going to need is 2 pounds of chicken keema. I have that in a pot here. I did not add anything, it's just the chicken keema. That's the water of the keema. And with it, I'm adding about 1/4 cup of vinegar in there. I also added some black pepper in there, about 1 teaspoon. I'm going to add some salt, about 1 teaspoon as well. And then we're just going to give it a real good mix and let the water dry. After the water was dry, I took it out in this tray for let it to cool down before adding the mayonnaise inside of it. Once the keema was dried, I added 2 cups of mayonnaise in it and mixed it pretty well. And this is how it looks. And then I just took the puff pastries and let it thaw and cut it in the squares again. And I'm going to be adding about a teaspoon of the mixture in the pastries. I will be closing them up just like I did for the Nutella pastries. This recipe is pretty quick. You just have to make these pastries in advance and you can just pop them up in the oven at the time of the iftar, and it's not even spicy or anything and super easy and healthy. Here I'm just adding them in the tray to freeze them because these pastries melt really fast, and I'm just gonna make some pastries in the oven to show you how they come out. This is how the pastries came out at the end. These are really delicious pastries. I hope you give it a try. I hope you enjoyed these iftar recipes, and if you did, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I will see you in my next video, inshallah.